Thank you for passing through Breakdown City. Please do enjoy your stay and considering leaving reviews for future guests. Thank you.
I can feel your claws sticking to me.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Breakdown City for another reaction video. Today we have Fit for a King with our newest song, Witness the End, featuring Chris from Motionless and White. I'm ready to get into this track. I'm sure it's going to be intense. I think this is the 5th single that we have off of Lonely God, which is due out August 1st. The last one we did was Begin the Sacrifice. Amazing track. The chorus gets me every time. And yeah, just everything that's going on, you know, with their sound. Atmospheric kind of elements, you know, the ability to hear, you know, every single instrument and not overpower anything else. It's really shaping up to be one of the better releases in years. And the Hell That We Create was good. You know, that came out a couple of years ago. It looks like we're going to get an album that's going to top that. I wonder if they're going to, you know, continue that same journey, kind of like a prequel to like Lonely God. You know, like, you know, sticking to the same characters and diving into that darkness. You know, you can have all this power out there and all this money, but it's lonely up at the top. We know what this band is capable of. We know Ryan Kirby's vocal range. Trey's drumming adds a lot of depth to, you know, to the songs. We have these guitars from Daniel and Bob, you know, that bass slinging from Tux. Let's just get right into it. We have Fit for a King with the newest track, Witness the End, featuring Chris from Motionless and White.
Witness the end. Witness the end of everything.
There he is. That same character.
Waiting to breathe again. Choking on every sin.
Of course, man. No, that ain't Trey. All right, Chris.
The cries of devotion deceased. The chalice spills with corruption's grace. I watch the light drain from their face. I reach for the heavens, but only sound out. I'm gonna worthy of the gift that brought them to their knees.
I'm going back and forth.
Witness the end. Witness the end of everything.
Story, man.
What we used to know. Waiting to breathe again. Choking on every sin. Don't let me go. Till ever made of energy.
Alright, it's the closing track. Come on. They're not done.
Witness the end of everything.
got going on?
Waiting to breathe again, choking on every sin. Don't let me go. Deliver me divinity.
Yep. Oh man, that was great. Let's talk about it. All right, so that was Fit for a King, the newest track, Witness the End, featuring Chris Motionless, and I think that this is definitely, you know, a perfect track for Chris to be on, in my opinion. You know, they brought the intensity, you know, throughout the track. A lot of people might say that Fit for a King, you know, released the opening track and the closing track as singles, you know, and I don't feed into all that. I'm here for good music. Like I said, it's a perfect single for Chris to be on, and definitely continue like the overall theme of Lonely God and Begin the Sacrifice, especially, you know, like with the character, you know, with that guy going through it. How about that for a Friday? It's gonna be a good day, you know, when Fit for a King drops some new music. I mean, this is the 5th single, so I'm sure this is gonna be the last single before the album release. You know, I did pre-order it on vinyl. We got that Realm variant, and looking forward to, you know, listening to that, you know, all the way through. You know, maybe we can just do a full album reaction for the other 7 songs that we haven't covered. I think we have another feature. I think it's Loki from Alpha Wolf. I can't remember what track that is. I think it's Monolith. So this is shaping up to be Fit for a King's best release in years. I see all the elements that go into it, you know, the hard work, especially listening to this band ever since Creation Destruction and watching them, you know, come all the way to this point. It's a good sight to see. The choruses on this album cycle are huge. And getting hints of Dark Skies in there a little bit, you know, them writing in that style, and then Trey, he just adds his signature touch on them drums, man. It's such a night and day difference. I can't be more happy for this album. But if you guys did like what you saw, you know, please do consider subscribing. You know, drop a comment, engage in some discussion, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Y'all stay safe.